So ein Mist.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'm sorry, everybody. But today we will be doing uh some master grade shenanigans. Let's update the build. Let's get some music going and let's dick around for a couple hours. Okay, whew. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this one all in one stream. I'm gonna be real. There's your ASMR for the day. I have a feeling we're gonna get held up on this. Oh, there's all kinds of fucking stickers and water decals. Oh man, and I'm not gonna be able to use any of it. Let's go. I gotta clean this desk off again. It's getting filthy with the arcade project. With the other one. I kind of tried working on that a bit today. I do. I couldn't get GPO2. That's the one I really want. But I picked this up many moons ago at my local hobby shop. Right after I sold a bunch of gunpla, and I sold them thinking I probably shouldn't buy more shit and bring it into the house. And then I instantly brought 4 more kits in the house the next day. But you know, honestly, just looking at these old master grade manuals just have so much fucking personality in them. I used to love this, like, toy, like, type of still life photography as a kid. It would always fascinate me, growing up with shit like the Lego magazine and, like, Playmobiles also did a lot of that. Yeah. It's got that old school, like, enthusiast magazine kind of graphic design. Yeah, the new ones feel more like they fucking hired a designer to design them and not a person who's a fan of something. You know, they got all these wonderful drawings in here and stuff. Like, not just those, but, like, also, you know, over here, like, information about, like, the lore. I wish this was in English. That's always been one of my big hang-ups about being into Japanese stuff, is not being able to experience it the same way as someone who can read it in Japanese. I was thinking a lot about that with, like, doujinshi and stuff. I collect a lot of doujin stuff because I like the artists that make them. Oh my god, we need, like, 5 different runners already. We need D, G, and A. G. F1. G, D. Oh, we need C too. Here's C. I'm assuming A is gonna be also white. I. A is here. Oh, good lord, man. Are you learning Japanese? I had to take a break because I had throat surgery a couple months ago. But I've tried to learn Japanese like 4 times. And every time I get a little bit farther, and then just some stuff happens. Like, I could probably answer, very simple, basic questions, if I was asked. I couldn't read because kanji is a fucking bitch and a half. But, like, I can understand very simple, basic phrases. And I can read, hiragana and katakana mostly, pretty much, like, mostly fine. Sometimes I get fucked up on, some of the really similar ones, like, shitsu, and sol, in katakana. Katakana in general is kind of fucky, too. It's just fucking odd. Because as an English speaker, like, katakana being how you spell loan words, like, the word salad in Japanese is sarada. Like sara and da in katakana. But as an English speaker, I would probably just say sarado, because it sounds closer to salad than sarada. Sarado. But that just could be my accent and stuff too. Just the way I personally speak. But I had to take a break because of my surgery. And to be honest, the school that I was going to, I was already thinking of quitting anyways. Because it was, the price at the time seemed good. But hang on, I'm so sorry. I have to go real quick. I gotta step away. The fucking computer in the background's bothering me. Sorry about that. Grab my sip for today. But, yeah, sorry, that computer. I should probably pull out the actual real nippers. That's why I was like, man, why do these nippers feel so bad? It's like, oh, because they're not the ones that I usually use. But that computer is my work computer, and Windows Update fucked something up on it to where no, it wasn't Windows Update. It was one of my monitors went bad, and thankfully I had an identical monitor that I could replace it with. It was one of my work computer monitors, and unfortunately there's a bug in Windows where, and it might be a DisplayPort thing, where it, like, constantly makes the disconnect and reconnect sound of like you plugging something in when it goes to sleep, and I don't know what to do to fix it, and it's been intensely bothering me. Like, it's actually like really fucking frustrating. But yeah, back to the Japanese thing. I'm kind of trying to look for whatever my next study option is. I could do some solo study, but like I've been recommended against studying languages solo like a lot. Plus I have a personal hatred for having to teach myself things. Well, there goes the first piece of the day. That fucking flew, man. Where did it go? Oh, shit. It really did go somewhere. And we need that piece. Did it fall into me? No. Oh, boy. Gunpla, everybody. Oh! Shit, where did it go? It's not a small piece, too. So, like, it should be around. Fuck, I'm gonna have to get on my hands and knees. I may have to turn the lights on. Man, you've got to be fucking me off. We just started. And already we've had a catastrophic loss. Sorry if I'm not reading chat. I have to find this piece in order to continue the build. Fuck is it? I actually have no idea where the fuck it went, guys. I'm really actually starting to get pissed off. It's not like a big piece either, so I have no idea where it could have flown. I just remember the general direction it went into. Found it. Holy shit, what the fuck, man? Ugh. Good lord. Man. All of that has made me very angry. I'm gonna go step away real quick to brush some of this dust off me. Man, I am so sorry about that, everybody. That sucked. We didn't even finish the first step, and we already had, like, a horrible drop. We just almost had another one. Oh, these tiny pieces. They make me so angry.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, you know what's funny is my my pronunciation, my Hatsuon has always I've always gotten compliments on that. Whether or not it's the, like, you know, the thing of, like, they're telling you you're good but you're actually shit and they won't tell you what you actually think is one thing. But I would like to think that because it's in a it was in a teaching environment, it's a little bit more genuine. But who knows? They could have just been like, "Ah, sugoi, nihongo jouzu desu," you know, like. Wait, what the fuck? Why does? Wait a minute. Wait. There's two different fucking head fins. There's one that has the thing on it, and then there's one that doesn't. The fuck? Was this like another kid or something before? No? Unless this was. No, this is RX78GP01. I don't get it. Unless this is like a re-release or something. That could have been it. Maybe with like better parts. Yeah, I can slightly read. I can't read like kanji at all. Like not at all, but like I'm pretty sure like less than 100. I could probably pass N5. Yeah, but they're not a spare. That's the thing, is they're different. Slightly, and this one's a slightly more rubbery, it's that softer plastic. But I really got to get back on it with Japan stuff. I don't know where or how. I have one lead on a tutor. I'm thinking that's where I want to go next. But the problem is they're, oh, okay, well, whatever. I'll keep it. I'll cherish it then. For all of time. Oh boy, time to do what everyone says not to do and use flush cutters on clear plastic, baby. Let's go. Blade fragment in any percent run. Let's go. I've looked into that as well, Calico A's. Just with my life situation, unfortunately, it's not feasible. I mean, you know, I could throw everything out immediately and do it, but, like, it's not, so when I was thinking of this before, because I thought about this recently too, because someone said something to me about this a little while ago, and it kind of shook me up a bit. But even if I were to just drop everything and go to Japan right now, it would not put me any closer to, like, my reason for doing all that. And I feel like I would spend a bunch of, I would not spend, but, like, I might waste a bunch of time and money doing that as well. Now, there's stuff like, I looked at going, to school in Japan even. A Yokohama Design College has a couple programs, and then there's a couple other programs that seem a little bit more interesting to me. As well, but I don't know, like, I thought about it, and it's like, do I need to really, like, obviously, yes, that would be the best way to learn the language, but do I really need to put such a huge burden on, you know, not just myself, but, like, you know, I have, like, an estate here, technically. I mean, I own property. I have a life. I would either have to foist the responsibility of that onto someone else, and I don't know, like, I think that it's a bit drastic of a solution with not 100% guaranteed return. Not like, maybe that's like a poor choice of words, but, like, not like enough of a, I don't know, it just seems drastic, and even though I'd love to do it, I don't think I could personally swing it. I think the problem is I think I missed my window to do that, unfortunately. When I was much younger, but also too, I probably just screwed up by not going to school for Japanese studies and going for art instead. That was probably a big mistake that I made. But I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about what I want with like art and stuff recently, and I kind of I kind of just lost myself in the sauce a little bit, I feel like. I don't know, I need to find something to rekindle the spark. And I think a big part of that is probably meeting people to like kind of just, I don't know, explain or talk about some of this stuff with. It's very taxing wanting to make art when you're completely disconnected from that art, as like you're kind of stuck behind a window or a wall. A tutor for art, I would love to get the problem is like I could get a for like regular art or for like manga and anime stuff, because manga and anime, it doesn't exist. I've believe me, I have looked. I've seen many, and that's already complicated too, because with tutors and stuff like that, you have to want to make art like them. They have to make things that like appeal to you. And anime and manga are not like just like a singular style, like, which is a big part of the problem, is when, you know, we categorize Japanese comics and animation as anime and manga. You know, those types of art. But like there's a lot of different like techniques and styles and things that art gets made for that most people don't understand, and it's difficult to explain that to someone. So then you use reductive terms like anime and manga, but then when you do that, immediately after, like, that's just going to trigger what their version of like that stuff is, or whatever biases they have for or against it, or what their experience with it is, limited or not limited. Like, it's very weird. Like, it sounds like made up and fake, but like there is a lot of opinions about that kind of art in the art community. Fuck, what am I looking at here? I need polycaps, I think. But unless you're trying to say for regular art, then I haven't been looking for one of those. I went to a very expensive, fancy art school, and I'm sure I could find, you know, I've been to like boot camps and stuff like that. This is C, that's why I'm not finding anything. I'm looking for A. What the fuck is it? Or, no, A is here, that's right. So I could probably find a regular art tutor, but every single time I've done that and I tell them what I want to get out of art, they kind of just shake their head at me and shrug. Because they don't, they at best, they don't really teach that kind of art, and at worst, they don't like that kind of art, and they'll tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't be like that, like want to make that kind of art, and why you should want to be more like this person who I think is a better artist, and blah 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 blah. It's really dumb. And I'm saying this as someone who has been through the academic cycle for art. But if there was a tutor that could, I'd love to have a mentor or a teacher for manga and anime art stuff. I used to fucking, I remember when Manga Senpai was a thing. I was so geeked up about fucking Manga Senpai. I actually got to talk to someone on their team for a little bit. Back when they were still doing, that guy still makes videos, but he no longer does those videos anymore, which is really sad. But even when he was doing them, it was kind of a lot of, I don't know, it wasn't like the specific, that's the other big challenge of art education as well, is everyone has different questions and needs help with different things. And a lot of times when people try to teach stuff and cover the basics, you're going to get a lot of people who are like, I already know this. I already know what this is. You know, I've learned this. You know, like, and that's the problem I have with a lot of art stuff as well, is I'm definitely not a bad artist. I'm more of an intermediate level artist, and that's because, you know, a lot of what I learned at school, I think I was just too low level for a lot of it to stick. And then on top of that, like, there was a lot that was glazed over. But that's a big conversation for another day. Because a lot of teachers will tell you, well, it's because of, the fuck is E? Why is there, polycaps. A lot of teachers will tell you that shit, like, accreditation and like having to have like a certain amount of like gen ed stuff actually really damages your ability to focus on learning a skill, and I do believe that to some extent. But believe me, dude, I have looked. Like, I've been drawing, like, I entered school in 2013. So I have been attempting, and I was drawing a little bit before that as well. Like, you know, like, your math, your science, your English, that kind of stuff. A lot of it is just kind of, unfortunately, useless for a lot of working adults. You know, if you're getting a business degree, geology is not going to really be something you tap into. Plus, a lot of it is just dumb. It's not handled well. I never ever liked the liberal arts classes that I had to take at school. And what I would do is, in order to save as much money as possible, I would, during the summer, I would go to a community college and just look for credits that would transfer, and I just fucking stack up on so many credits. During the summer, so that I didn't have to take it during at the really expensive college where it was the same class but like 3 times as expensive. Yeah, college is fun, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I've been looking for, I don't know if it's like community is the right word, but like I have been looking to study like anime and manga art, even though I don't know, I think I've developed enough of a competency in the general like art space. But that's just it too, is I don't want to be like every other person that says they're an anime manga artist is basically just a self-taught hobbyist, where the style always kind of doesn't really like match up. We've been going for 35 minutes, and I haven't even fucking finished a page. Oh my, oh my god. Holy shit. Ugh. Oh boy. Well, I don't want to go for too long, because I did want to do, speaking of art stuff, I did want to work on the next art lab tonight. But I was kind of getting that thing where, like, my head's kind of swirling around, and I wanted to, I just wanted to clean the slate a little bit. Gabra. I was watching that a bit today. Ninja Nonsense is a wonderful old anime that's been forgotten. Which is really sad because it's really funny. Good old fucking Shinobu Kaede and Onsokumaru. Ah, good times. That was one of the when I really started to like watch anime, when I kind of decided, oh, I like anime. I want to learn more about it and experience more of it. That was one of the first things I watched. I think oh god, what did I used to like? I think like a lot of people, you just watch like anime. Or a lot of people my age, you started watching just like shows, whereas like episode 1, part 1 of 3 on YouTube. I remember I used to watch Metabots again that way, because that was something I really liked when I was growing up. But then eventually I discovered, like, what sites did I start? I know there's one before it, but I swear I started with something like Anime Waffles or Anime Bacon was one. Me too. Then I think eventually I translated. What did I move over? I moved over to Go Anime, which is still a thing. I don't think I ever did Kiss Anime. Well, I know there was another one that I'm forgetting. Me too. Really? That's what it is? That doesn't even look like the same thing. And then I was 9 Anime was obviously my daily driver for many moons until they got shut down. But yeah, Ninja Nonsense is very, very fun. It's a good show, sir. I have no idea where this manual is taking me. I have to... I don't know why I spend so much time on nub removal. I don't think I've ever painted a single kit. it was this. I'm stupid. But yeah, no, all very good suggestions, Calicoes. You ever watch art YouTubers for help? That depends on, like, for what. Like, for anime manga, generally no, because all the ones that I would want to learn from are in Japanese, and other ones just kind of I'm very whatever on. Like, I hope I'm not being or coming off as dismissive when I'm talking about some of these things with you. But I have a very specific thing I want to get out of art, and I have very specific questions, and then plus two, like, a long time ago, someone else asked me about, like, art stuff. You know, they wanted to go about learning art, and I kind of showed them the school I went to. Eventually they kind of settled on this atelier way out in, like, California. A lot of art information on the internet cannot necessarily be the greatest. You kind of already have to know what to look for. It's just the nature of learning a skill that is, it's a skill. Like, there's a, man, how do I want to put this? There's, like, there's a thing you can't really communicate with the development of a skill. Like, the process of getting everything to click and then make sense. And then also, with art specifically, your brain can understand what's going on with it, like art, or like art theory and art technique, but your hand has to learn how to make what your brain is telling it to make. And that's one of the most things I think most people get frustrated on real easily, especially if you were, like, a good student or, like, book smart, like myself and and this other guy that I helped. He was, very intelligent person, but, in the same way I was a bit, there's this idea that when you learn things, you process them in your brain somehow, and then it becomes learned. But that's not how art works. Like, it's a combination of, like, training your brain and your muscles, and just, building a skill is just building that skill. I don't know. It's hard to explain, and I know that's, like, a complaint that a lot of people have when learning art. But it is one of those things you just got to understand by doing it. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Like, there's no replacement for... I mean, obviously, guided practice is important. But I don't know. It's tough. Everyone kind of just... It sounds really pretentious to say, but art is kind of a journey. And then one day you just kind of realize you ended up where you wanted to go, or may have wanted to go, or maybe you ended up somewhere you weren't expecting to go, but you're not unhappy, or you're like me, who still has a specific thing they want to do, and you're not there yet, and it tears you up on the inside. Because you don't know what to do to get to point B from point A. It's like you ended up at point Z. Okay, well, I need to get to point B. Well, you could get to point B by going to point F, and then to point Y. And then maybe you'll get to point C, which will lead you to point 3. I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot to think and talk about. And I have trouble putting it into words because I've just kind of internalized a lot of it for so long. So I apologize if I'm like... not making sense. Because to be honest, I've kind of lost the plot a little bit myself. That's why I'm with the second art lab. I am pushing forward with a manga or a doujin or one shot. Because I just need something to show someone that, like, look, this is how much I've studied. This and this and this is what I want help on. And then they can also look at that and go, well, you're asking for help on this. And I can help you with that. But also, I noticed that this and this could also use some improvement. But you do this and this really well. You know, it's like... But then that can also be annoying too, because I've been in situations where I've wanted help on specific things, and I've kind of gotten help on things that I need help on, yes, don't get me wrong. Yeah, a lot of people will say you can't become another artist. And that's true, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean you can't develop in a way where you see... Oh man, these pieces are so tiny. I have to be so fucking careful. Oh boy. It doesn't mean you can't develop in a way that reflects the things you like about an artist. And that's the key, is finding out what you like about an artist and then trying to learn that. There's plenty of artists that I adore to death, but I would never ever want to draw like them. Like recently I've been with, you know, anime manga stuff, I've been looking back at a lot of old visual novel art. Because a lot of that kind of style is what I was exposed to on the earlier internet. And I want to, that's what made me want to do art like that. That and, like, you know, stuff like you know, Monster Musume was big for me in terms of manga, and, you know, growing up with a very limited amount of manga and not necessarily the most popular styles of it, I developed an odd taste for it. And then, stuff like Soul to Robo got me into Kemono, which is how I got into doujins. Manga is a whole fucking wide world, and I need help navigating it, and the problem is I need someone who knows that world better than me. At least in terms of art. I'd love to have like I bet you if I had less inhibitions about stuff, I could have made a lot more stuff. But I want to make myself happy when I make things too, not just make things and have people tell me, you don't need to be so hard on yourself, you're great. But like, I don't know, I want to be happy with the things I make. Like, art needs to be more fun for me, and because it's not, I kind of treat it like it's like an obligation. I have to get better, I have to practice to get better, I have to do this and that, and I don't know, man. Yeah, that's great, Calico. Like, you should have stuff like that. Like, artists who embody your ideal. Like, absolutely. Yeah, that's true. This is one of the most pensive gunpla builds on YouTube right now. That's just par for the course with Stardust Crusaders. We really need to dig deep into our soul to understand how much we fucking hate Nina Purpleton. I think my favorite part of Stardust Crusaders, and I'm gonna sound like a fucking secondary saying this, is his friend character who's also a test pilot. I forget his name. Is like macking on hot girls in the beginning, and then they set him up with like the really butch looking chick. Like, oh, you want to hit on girls? Oh, well, I'll hit on you. You can hit on me, and it's played like a joke in the beginning. But then they just end up fucking actually dating each other, and it's really wholesome and cute. I like that bit a lot. I don't know, man. Is this PVC or is this fucking PLA? What is this technique of ABS, maybe? What the fuck is gunpla plastic actually made out of? This shit gets pretty warm in your hands. God, what a fucking part, man. Holy shit, I'm gonna run out of gas on this. I am gonna try to keep this to 2 hours, at the very least. I do have other stuff I want to stream and do tonight. And your boy also has some day job shit that he's got to do as well. That sounds like a story that needs to be told, Rad. We need to get on a podcast. and have like an episode where we go over all the times we've been physically injured in pursuit of this hobby. I actually don't think I've had like a catastrophic injury doing this ever. Other than the fucking microplastics entering my system every time I go to sand. Which I've been meaning to do something about that. The problem is any dust extraction system I get is like I have a couple actually. I've got this fucking thing, this nail dust file collector thing. But the problem is it's loud as shit. And you guys it would be right next to the mic, so you'd hear like just constantly into the mic. I yeah, no, I've got enough microplastics in my system now to probably sexually identify as gunpla. Just after years of doing it. You know, I've never built... Red, this is going to shock you because I know you're a big fan of these kits. I don't think I've built a frame arms kit, like... No, that's not true. I have, like, the inside, the interior frame. I have an architect. So technically I did build a frame arms kit. But, like, that was ordering one. I don't think I've ever even seen one in person. Except, like, once when I was at a Barnes and Noble of all fucking places. And I think it was probably Katsuguchi Ko. Man, all that work and we're not even done with this part. Holy shit, what else is left? E9 and C11. Oh, polycaps. Oh, polycaps. Maybe someday I'll build a frame arms kit proper and not a girl kit. And then E10 as well. And we will need PCB. Oh man, this is quite an involved kit. Now a bit of a spoiler alert on this one. Or C11. But yeah, you know, getting back to the Japan learning stuff, I do need to get back on it, but I do have a couple adult things that need to happen before I think about spending money on that. My house needs some updating, unfortunately, and I've got to prioritize that first. Financially and just time-wise, too. I do a lot of fucking shit. I'm a real busy kind of guy in addition to working. Technically, I work 40 hours a week, but not always. Shh. But I do the YouTube thing, mostly just as a way to force myself to take a break and relax, with like the streaming and stuff. But I do YouTube videos, obviously. You know, I'll do side gigs every now and then for some extra scratch. And then, you know, working on arcade machines and stuff. Is another thing. I've got that fucking table is giving me all kinds of grief now. I got the fucking thing working, and then all of a sudden, like, there was a little bit of warble when I tested the monitor, and I cannot figure out how to get rid of it. I've done pretty much everything I can think of. I fucked with the vertical hold and the horizontal hold and the all that shit. But for some reason, it just fucking warbles a little bit. I don't understand it. I don't know if a cap is going bad on it or what. So I'm gonna have to consult with my arcade mentor, aka the person who sold it to me. And he's a busy guy too, and he's got his own projects and stuff. But I've also been having issues with the harness too. I found out that none of the fucking buttons are grounded. And they need to be for you to actuate them. So I have to go back and add a ground wire to both sides of the which is funny because it didn't fucking ship that way for some reason. Like it didn't ship with that wire connected. I don't understand. So that's another thing I want to just get an answer on before I do something. Once I get that fucking table together, man, I you know. And on top of that, I do want to document it. We've been we've been having a pretty interesting amount of people come in from the arcade side of things. That Blast City video is very slowly but steadily growing. We have Fairarm. Wow, I'm surprised it doesn't have an inner frame. That's just kind of, I guess that's just how old this this master grade is. And then plus two, I filmed a video about the Gachapon machine that I own, that I have yet to edit. I might edit that with the table video. So I've got I've got many personal projects, many irons in the fire. Between making videos, because I like making videos, that's another thing I've always did. Since I was younger, is I wanted to make videos. I went to a lot of video classes in high school. All right, let's see. C31. PCD and D5. Oh, it's just saying cut the little nublin off. See, I can kind of read that. Like, I understand that kanji is cut. That's kiri something ri mas. So I kind of get it. Oh no, yeah, they're candy cabinets, dude, are ridiculously expensive. They're very, 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 very expensive. They're not. That's not a cheap hobby. The good news is that cabinet prices are probably going to be going down. I think a lot of people are kind of in financial panic mode after COVID and all this stuff, and then, you know, not to mention it, but like with the election and stuff, a lot of people, a lot of money is starting to I mean, it's been that way for a while, but it's slowed. But I think we're going to finally see the point where all of the COVID hype money is people are going to try to recoup a lot of that. And prices are going to crash on a lot of things, especially like secondhand, like items. Like I expect video game stuff to come down a lot, because a lot of people who bought into video game collecting during COVID might be, you know, those people might start to realize that they're not interested, or they're struggling for money, and they will be attempting to try and turn that back into money from video games. So I personally suspect that things will get better for not just candy cabinets, but video games in general. Some stuff's always going to be expensive, I think, but what the fuck is going on? Is that not the right way? Well, let's put this guy in first, then. I don't think that really... But yeah, candy cabinets are not cheap. Before, they were like $1,400-$1,500 for like a cabinet pre-shipping. But some people are selling them for like insane prices. Especially if you have something that isn't super common. Like if you've got like any Neo cabinet, people are gonna want to make bank on. Stick. But the cabinet I'm working on is actually relatively cheap. It's very affordable. Because I also didn't feel like spending thousands of dollars to have a cabinet to play vertical games on. So what ended up happening was, not to spoil the video too much, but a lot of people, when they need a cheap cabinet for something, they'll look at cocktail cabinets, table cabinets, because they're available. They are generally hated by operators, so they don't have a lot of market value. The ergonomics aren't always the best. That is one thing that's kind of not great about them. But they can be fun, and you have to convert them to JAMA to get, unless it's already like a JAMA cabinet, in which case you're probably paying a lot of money for that, because it's one of the more valuable, harder to find tables. Because tables were popular in like the late 70s, early 80s, and then they made a couple of them during the 80s, like generic JAMA models, and then they just kind of realized that the form factor sucks, so they just stopped. Like the last tables I probably could think of are like the Aero table, the Sega Aero City table, And probably something like a Jaleco. I know Jaleco did tables. Those are fucking unobtainium, though. Those are really rare. Okay, we have a thing. We have a head. We did it, everybody. We have head. But the other thing, too, that I would recommend if you're interested in trying out a candy cabinet or an arcade machine is finding out what kind of game you want to play. Like, what games you would want to play on one. That's not something I did because I was partially fascinated by the machines. Generally, like, the idea of them, which is not great. Eventually, I did find games that I really liked. Like, obviously, I'm a big fan of Mr. Driller. You know, I like some amount of Neo Geo games. I like Conoco Nova stuff after I was introduced to it. Probably my favorite Neo Geo thing is probably Neo Turf Masters. That's so funny to me that, like, the fucking golf game. Why does golf as a video game fucking slap, but like regular golf is the most boring shit on the planet? Not to understand. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, I think it's stuck. Okay, let's see if we can do a very gentle removal. Yep. We're stuck on the bottom. Exactly. Putt-putt golf's way more fun because it's got the trick shotting. Oh man, we already bent this fucking... Oh, I bent this thing. Oh no, don't tell me this is going to be one of those pieces that like fucking falls off. There we go. We'll go ahead and I do too, man. You fucked me. Where am I gonna go play mini golf at 8 at night in fucking January? You know, honestly, there were times, because another thing I fucking do because I don't have enough retarded hobbies is I do a lot of DIY, like furniture and shit like that, because furniture is expensive and it's crappy anyways, so I might as well just go buy a like a butcher block countertop and saw it in half and like have better quality furniture. I did that recently with shelves. But I thought about at one point how cool it would be to do a DIY mini golf course. But you would need so much space for that. Like, that's not something that you could just have in a house. You'd get like 1 or 2 holes out of it, max. And then you'd be bored of it. Yeah, we've got a Glow Golf too. That I've never been to. I haven't... Oh, jeez. Well, I hope that wasn't an important part. Oh, yeah, no, that needs to come off. Okay, good. I might have to get the knife for this one. Oh, boy, speaking of bodily injury, let's go. God, the fucking... Come on, you fucker. I might have to break out a file. Yep, filing time. Really fucking get it. You know, I used to just straight use files. I didn't use sanding sticks. I just straight up went for the file because I didn't know any better. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, I've kind of had a fascination with entertainment destinations. That was a big part of the original draft of the manga that I'm working on for the next art lab. You know, this kind of ties back into like some of the art I used to like always like looking at, like a lot of the back when Tumblr was still a thing. You'd get people uploading images and stuff for all these from all these like architecture and like design like books about like entertainment destinations and like movie theaters and like just like the design and creation of those spaces, the lighting, the sculptures, that kind of stuff. I love looking at that kind of stuff. But a lot of that stuff turned into a lot of the abandoned, like, fucking liminal space shit, and that kind of pisses me off. Because when I look at that stuff, I don't think, like, oh, it's so scary and creepy. It doesn't have any iPads on the walls, and I can't... And there's no footage of Temple Run and Family Guy on the side. You know, like, I always just thought those types of spaces were cool. It's like, turn the fucking lights on and make it cool again. I don't know. Newport Aquarium. I might have to look that up. Did I ever go to this? I've been to a few aquariums. Not this one. What were some of the like places like this that the one that lives rent free in my fucking head is Kozai. There was one in Cleveland, and then there was one in all the way on the other side of the state. And oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. I remember I have a lot of semi-interesting memories of, but just like shit like that, like weird goofy shit inside a building that like doesn't make sense. I remember they had the bicycle with the weight on it that you could ride across the entire center. Like it was like there was like a big center like atrium type area. And I just remember thinking, whoa, what if they fall? They'll die. And then no one ever fell. And then I remember they trained rats to play basketball. And then my 6th grade teacher wanted to do the same thing. So she did. Oh, fuck you, YouTube. Eat a dick. And I don't think they ever got to play basketball. They did fuck each other and get each other pregnant, so a bunch of kids got to take home pet rats. And I remember being sad because I wanted to. But we had a dog at the time. We had a beagle. And that would have not fucking flown with my family situation at the time. Plus, a lot of people don't like rats. Even if they're cute and harmless looking. People just kind of like really fucking hate rats. Even though domestic ones seem totally fine to me, but you never know. But yeah, that was one. Just like, I don't know, just like weird entertainment destinations I have this like fascination with. Not even like big crazy shit like theme parks, but like malls and stuff too, like old malls. Or another one. Okay. Ooh. But I definitely feel you on that skeleton thing. I used to be a very nervous child myself. I used to do, like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I used to be afraid of playing video games. I think I might have already talked about that on stream, though. But I used to be very nervous about losing in video games. So in order to get the same experience, I would just watch my brother play games. And then eventually I kind of realized games can be fun. So I grew out of that fear, thankfully. But I was doing Let's Play shit. You know, people criticize people just watch games through like Let's Plays and stuff. I was kind of doing that before the internet. That's not a good thing, but I was early to the market on that one. You don't want to see Mario in pain and going like, you know, you don't want to see him fucking get punched in the face 50 times by like a Koopa. Oh my god. Man, there are so many fucking nubs on this kit. Holy fucking shit. My god. I'm like gonna run out of gas. I can't believe we're gonna run out of energy before we even do a fucking page. That is insane to me. Like I said, I'm probably gonna keep this to 2 hours max. I think that's all the time I got in my brain for the Gunpla streams. Plus, I want to go live again tonight. As I was saying. I don't know if it's with art or with game. Maybe a little bit of both. I know the art thing I gotta do is interesting. And then with that, we'll be able to start the episode proper. I always like this song on the Running Shine soundtrack. That is a big sholdom. Look at that! Look at that sholdom. Look at that shulk.
I'm really feeling it.
God, there's. Oh fuck! I done fucked it up. I done fucked it up. Disgusting. Oh, that was easy enough to fix, I suppose. Another good one. This makes me want to talk about how I want to have a soundtrack for the channel someday, even though I've talked about it like 5 goddamn million times. It would be nice. Though I will say the one thing that pisses me off about the Running Shine soundtrack is there's songs that he uses in the fucking videos that don't make it onto these soundtracks that he uploads for everyone. So there's music I've wanted to use, but I haven't been able to because he doesn't include them for free in the things. And I even stalked his his like SoundCloud and stuff like that, but they're not there. Like the end song for a lot of the Kong Kong Beanie videos is actually one of those songs. Oh my god, we're building hands. Fine. I'm gonna put the head over here on the laptop so that I don't bend the fucking antenna any more than I've already bent it. Oh boy, hands. Ugh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, we got a lot we gotta build. We have many options for hand. Fucking master grade hands. 18. Oh wow, isn't this supposed to be white? I could have swore that the pauldrons on this are white. Unless they're not. No, they're actually gray. Huh, how about that? Alright, we are handed one. I really didn't want to have like another multi-stream gunpla build, but oh man, I really wanted to build this. I was so sick of looking at it in the box. And it was either this or the fucking Hazel Custom or Advanced Hazel. Some Advanced of Zeta thing. And again, another thing where I like the mobile suits and that, but I haven't figured out what the fuck it is. Like, as a piece of media, like, is it a novel? Is it a manga? Like, what is it? Like, it seems like it's a light novel or something. Master Grade, my friend. I got it for a good deal many moons ago. And it has been sitting. It's basically the one I already fucking built. Because I built a Hazel. It's like 4 manga? Okay, so then I have to look that up then. Clearly. Because if it's a manga, I have no fucking excuse. But it's like the most It's weird. It wasn't like something apparent that I could like look up or find a lot about other than it existing. I guess I'm just bad at internet, but or I didn't care enough to try harder. But internet be hard to look things up nowadays. But yeah, I've got the RX-121 to a Advanced Hazel. I want that fucking Master Grade, the other one, the Ulswa, that has like a giant goddamn backpack, and it looks sick. No idea what it's meant to be in the story or whatever, but it looks fucking cool. And that's kind of the beauty of Gunpla, is you can watch a couple Gundam and you've basically watched all the Gundams. Do I want to build these fucking hands right now? Do I really want to do that? I was thinking in the interest of time we go ahead with one of these hands. Just for a hot ticket, but you know what? Yeah, let's save it, because then I imagine if we have a thing where we end up having too much extra time, we can say, oh, we'll build the hands and we'll put a weapon in the hand. Alright, let's see. We need a... Fuck. That's... Okay, that's for thing. We need C8. C8 my nuts. Oh. Oh.
Oh, my favorite.
Ah. God, every time one snaps like that, I think the knife snaps. No! No! Oh. Not again. Okay, at least this one was easy to find. Interesting. Speaking of Gundam, have you even seen any of that, like the new Gundam? I don't think I like watched a single episode of it. The Guix Gundam or whatever the fuck it is. Oh no, it's one of these. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's not out yet. Why have I been seeing people posting like Twitter art and shit of it? It's not even out yet and people are already doing fan art of it? Are you joking me? Oh, just a movie in Japan made of the first 3 episodes? Oh, okay. Naruhodo. Naruhodo desu. I don't feel like, I don't know, like, obviously people are into it and stuff, like the main character or whatever, but like I don't know, I didn't really see anything in the trailer that made me go, ooh, neat. At least Witch from Mercury had like a cool like fucking episode 0 to it. Plus, Witch from Mercury, it's an alternate universe to Universal Century. Or it's an, where Xeon 1. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Alright, okay. That does sound a bit more interesting. You know what? That might have gotten me. I might check it out at the very least. Oh, no Armoro. I'm assuming that means there was no Char either. Unless Char is in the thing. And that's like, kind of like a big plot twist thing. I'm assuming this is so far ahead in time that none of the people that would have mattered from Universal Century are alive anymore. Oh my god, we almost have. I did the hands wrong. Did I? Yeah, this will go like... No. Wait, no, I did them right before. Yeah. Okay, I was done. But that does sound a little more interesting. I remember watching, like, the trailer for it and just thinking, like, oh, they just wanted to make Gridman, huh? With Gundam. Like, it's got that very... It's very clearly got that, like, we want to be Studio Trigger sort of character design. I'm not really a big fan of that type of character design, though. I'm kind of... But that just might be my distaste with a lot of modern anime and manga art styles. I feel like not a ton of them really kind of catch my imagination. In the same way, I was kind of thinking about some ideas. So one day I kind of just, like, spent a day looking at, like, entries on Visual Novel Database. And I was really, like, kind of excited about some of the art and stuff. I'm not a visual novel player. I have way too much... Oh, no, don't... Wait a minute. What now? Oh, my God. Oh, that's right. This is a fucking Core Fighter kit. Oh, wow, that won't stay together. Okay, so that's why it's not having us put these on. Interesting. It's a bit of a shame, but... So we're gonna have to fucking trudge onward, I guess. Why doesn't it just have us do the, Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, don't tell me this, like... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's right. This kit, it's, like, entire core stability is based on the Core Fighter. Ugh, I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I guess let's move onward. Let's see, we need Runner B for blow my nuts off. 13 and 14. Polycap. H. What an odd piece. These nippers are getting old. These flush cuts aren't really they ain't really cutting all that flush now. Anymore, they're leaving some pretty rough nub marks. So they're probably dull. Hello? Go in hole. Wow. Okay, well that one went great. What the fuck happened here? It was just like, no. Okay, well now that's a little better. E12. I don't have E. Unfortunately, on this one. We're missing a lot of sound on this one.
Oops, you have to put the CD
Up your ass. I need A. $39, $38, baby. And then $37, $36. I just ripped the fucking booklet. Oh. It's only a little rip. I feel like this book would be something I would carry with me in my bag at school just to read. I used to do that a lot. I was a strategy guide kid growing up with video games. But to be fair, there were a lot of games back then that kind of warranted owning a strategy guide. But because I was very limited in the amount of screen time that I could have as a kid, because I had a very conscious mother, I used to take like the game manuals and the game strategy guides and stuff and just look at the art. It was always something I really appreciated. I need to grab my knife. File out this little bubbin. There we go. E12. Where is the other one? Are we sure? Yeah, that was E12. Man, got quiet. We did talk a lot today, though. We talked a lot about a lot of big things. Which is weird, because this is the gunpla. These are... I don't know why it turned into such a introspective thing. B20, B22. Yes, okay, good. Whew. Almost had a panic attack there. I think I got time for a little bit of leg. What do we got? Like, we got like 5 minutes. We all make mistakes in the heat of passion, Jimbo. Oh. I'm just dumb. There isn't a lot of runners to this guy, though. For a master grade? Like, this is kind of somewhat restrained, I'll say. Ow! Loud. 2 polycap A's. Alright. Alright. Man, I wish Jumping Flash didn't cost a fuckload of money to buy a copy of. I liked 2. I really wanted to play more of it. That was a fun game. Alright, C20 and 21. Watch me swoints right in. Swoints, 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 swoints. Oh, I don't even want to think about what all these little fucking things over here are. I don't even want to know. Oh, ooh, I really don't like that joint. Wow, that scares the shit out of me as a joint. That thin little fucking peg. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What the fuck? What happened? Why is the articulation so limited? Did I do the wrong one? I don't think so. I mean, they seem like they're the same. Hang on, hold that thought. Okay. Oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, that seems correct. Yeah, that went in just fine. Why is the movement so restrictive with this? That was the right way to do that. Unless it's like, maybe it made the leg bends more. That's probably it. Probably overthinking it. Oh, we're over time. We'll finish this. Fuck. Cool. No, that was right. Wait. Okay. Reorient ourselves like this. There we go. All right, we'll wrap these boys up here and we'll call it. Oh, that sucks. There's like this big ass fucking... That... Unfortunately, that I can't really let slide. I mean, I can't get it perfect. And I'm not going to bother. Well, everyone, we've got 2 thighs. Whatever the fuck this is, it looks like it's the start of the shins. 2 arms. And 2 pauldrons. And a head. And some hands. Fuck. So, actually, we kind of made a solid dent into it, if I'm going to be honest. Like, usually what happens with this shit is I'll do the body, I'll do the head, and then I'll get started on the arms and legs and get tired. And then I'll finish those, and then the waist. But it actually made us do the more tedious parts first, which is interesting. That said, though, I do gotta go. Because I've got some stuff I need to tend to. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. We had some wonderful conversations today about life and art and existentialism and fucking Nina Purpleton. That bitch. But anyways, take it easy. I'm out of here. Peace.